sitting by the road, looking for a ride home. It was milepost 12, and I was all alone. Sun beating down on the back of my neck. Oh Lord, let me find a peaceful place to rest. I was too far from home, I gotta get back to Oregon. Too far to roam, trying to get back to Oregon.
Successful.
I was trying to connect to the wrong turtle.
Successful.
Ha! Today we have yet again another episode of Where Will Jeff Bathe Today?
This river. A little bit cold, but I feel really stinky and gross. So sometimes sacrifices have to be made.
We cruised up the Barlow Road, enjoying the historic trail and the old-growth forest around us.
We are continuing down this trail that runs along the original Oregon Trail. It's been a little bit touched up since then, but it's still this pretty cool looking place. You can definitely feel the age of the forest around us. It's kind of a weird sensation to explain, but if you spend a lot of time in woods, you can start to feel the personality of it. And this forest definitely has some history to it. We're ultimately traveling towards Government Camp, which is the name of a town where we'll be doing a refuel. We kind of pushed ourselves to our fuel limits with this stretch. We had the opportunity.
You also wonder just how many, random people are buried off the side of this trail that, never had marked graves, or maybe had just like a wooden cross that's hence rotted and nobody took note of where they were actually buried.
We started with 4 people on this trip, right? Yeah, we had the opportunity to get some fuel when we were in town for a resupply back in Detroit, but the lines were so ridiculously long for the gas station that we made the call to kind of push on. And so we've gone through our reserve fuel tank, and then today is actually our last full day on trail, which is kind of weird to think about. We're here on day 11. This journey is coming to a close after months of planning and anticipation. We're finally here, and tomorrow we'll make our final little spurt up to Bridge of the Gods, which is a bridge that crosses the Columbia River, which separates the border between Oregon and Washington. And from there we're homeward bound and back to the real world, I guess. That's all you get, Devil.
The Devil's half-acre meadow.
The pioneers bewailed the lack of grazing for their stock on the Barlow Road, and over the years set fires to burn brush and down trees. Some of those went out of control, and by the 1800s the area had become a meadow created by the pioneers.
So we are back on the main road. We got off the Barlow Trail. We are now heading towards the gravesite.
Whose gravesite?
Not really sure yet. We're going to find out when we get there. Some pioneer. It's kind of interesting that this one is a marked one. The entirety of the Oregon Trail, just really all the trails that people followed to get out west, all the wagon trails, are notorious for being covered in unmarked graves. There's journal entries talking about people riding out west and just passing gravesite after gravesite. Usually it was little more than maybe a stick with a hat on it, or even just an overturned clump of dirt, earth. The graves, they wouldn't really have enough time to dig them deep, so sometimes you wouldn't even see that. It would just be a dugout hole in the ground where somebody was buried, and then the coyotes or whatever local scavengers stumbled upon the body, dug it out, and ate it. And that was the end of you. They were totally unmarked.
Where'd we stop for, Asa?
What?
Where'd we stop for?
I have to go pee.
Oh. Okay. So we're coming up on a gravesite of one of the pioneers who traveled the Oregon Trail. A preserved spot. Looks like there's lots of mementos that have been placed upon it. Daughters of the American Revolution. Some people have left cool mementos. Other people have left garbage. It says ring for bartender though, so.
On our way to government camp, we made a quick detour to see Timberline Lodge on Mount Hood. The road winds halfway up the mountain, where the year-round ski resort sits.
You told me to
We should be pulling off of the main road here a little bit and be back on the forest roads and off of these highways.
right down to that good old Wall Street, saying, bartender, give me a strong whiskey pour. 'Cause I'm not
Our destination today was for a place called Indian Creek Campground, which is a campground on the PCT here. And that was planned from our start here last night. And throughout this entire trip, we've been reading up on a fire called Indian Creek Fire that we knew was taking place up here around the Mount Hood area. And for some reason, despite almost 12 days of talking about this, two different things, the connection never quite formed until just now. We're going to see, and there's a chance that the campground is located on a different section of the creek, or just close enough in proximity that they were both named the same thing, but not actually on fire. So we'll have to see when we get there. But there's a chance that our plans might get a little bit thrown off. So we'll find out.
As we crossed Lolo Pass, we encountered the first of many roadblocks for the day.
I just got a locked gate on our route, so we're gonna have to stay on the pavement for a little bit longer here until we get to our campsite. Unfortunately, locked gates.
We'll line up somewhere. If anything, our route tomorrow will be a little bit shorter. Worst things have happened.
I got one.
well, I'll walk right out. I'm gonna walk right out your door.
The road kept getting smaller and more overgrown the farther we had to reroute around various obstacles.
All the road up just to get to this station, or whatever's down this hiking trail.
This is lovely. Very nice, very lovely. Very not a road. So what's happening? Well, the rough road we've been following this whole time to about, I don't know, quarter mile to where it joins back up with the other main road. And looks like it has ended. Which is always awesome. They don't have signs posted that say that the road doesn't go through. Doing a little scouting, seeing what we can figure out. But we may have to go back up that long not very friendly road. Yeah, I'm also guessing this used to go through, and then they just didn't want to maintain the creek crossing.
Unhappily, we headed back down the long road we had just come up.
So our last night here, trying to find our campsite. It's proving to be a little bit more difficult than the other couple, really the rest of the trip. We're having a little bit of trouble on this particular night 11 campsite location. We keep running into closed roads of some kind or another.
Spending the past 2 or 3 hours just probing up and down these various roads around these mountains. Every single which way is blocked. We thought we finally had a good hopeful one here because of how far up we were getting. And then we got way the heck up here only to find just dwindled off into a hiking trail, not really going anywhere useful for us. So now we're going back down, probably all the way back down to Blacktop, which is a while ago. We're surrounded, kind of flanked by either private land or fire or storm damaged road closures or just a whole lot of emptiness. So, who knows? It wouldn't really be right if we ended this on an easy note. You know, working and struggling this whole trip, trying to get things to just work out for us. You know, it's just how the trip goes. It would probably be unsatisfying, actually, if things went how we wanted it to. So, yeah, we'll just keep pushing on. We'll find something.
Where are we? Up in the woods, at the end of a road, like we like to be, with a nice view, which we also like to have. This, going straight here, was marked as a road on our map.
We could take it.
We could take it if our trucks had wings. But yeah, I think we found a pretty good spot. Nobody's up here, which I'm always pro. So yeah, good day.
Just go around and check in with you guys. You know, what's your favorite moment?
Favorite moment of the trip so far? Probably running into Dusty. That was pretty cool. Glad he stuck around with us for a few days. What about you, Jeff? What's your favorite moment of the trip so far?
Favorite moment? Probably watching the eclipse while talking to that rad dude.
That was a pretty good
Had a
moment.
bunch of really good stories, and I kind of wish I could have just like spent a few hours sitting there talking to him. But,
Well, you guys took my two things.
What about you, Andrew? What was your favorite moment of the trip?
there's only been 2 favorite moments.
There were only 2 cool things that happened. No. We've had some epic camp spots along the way. First couple days we did a lot of trail clearing to get to our sites, far more so than towards the end here. It's been a long trip. It's hard to remember all that's happened. Asa, what are you eating?
I'm eating a pizza ravioli quesadilla.
It sounds delicious.
It is.
Please explain.
It's got cheese ravioli, more cheese, pizza sauce, and a tortilla. Thus, a pizza ravioli quesadilla. I have just been challenged to a feat of daring and skill. And of course, I must gear up to challenge said challenge and complete it, hopefully.
So, the challenge, which Asa will attempt to complete, I may have suggested that he could not make it up and over that there outhouse.
Not overly confident, but confident enough. It's a lot taller than I thought it was.
Your mom said.
Looks smaller from over there, huh?
Yeah.
Just
gauging it.
Right.
Uh-huh.
I did not specify how many attempts you got.
Very true. Thank goodness.
We'll be here all night.
That's not quite run. That was a climb.
Hey, it was never a sin that I just had to get over it. Right? Yeah. I have to get down.
Hey!
Go ahead and take some footage of the bullet. Challenge completed.
We didn't bother setting up hammocks our last night. Instead, we threw our bedrolls on the ground, cowboy style, for a view of the rising sun.